Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Sydney from PhoneDog.com and I'm on day 25 of my BlackBerry challenge. We're on the home stretch. We're almost there. And I'm still kind of learning a lot about the operating system. In fact, I know that seems surprising after 25 days, but there are still some things that I'm finding out, that I'm learning about. In the last video that I did, I mentioned some problems I was having with maps and navigation, web browsing, different things like that. I even told you guys that I cheated a little bit and I used an Android phone because the situation I was in, it was an emergency. I didn't have time to wait. I just needed to get where I was going as quickly as possible. A lot of you guys actually got upset about that, but I'm sorry, I didn't have a choice. But I actually had a lot of people leaving suggestions, and someone mentioned BlackBerry traffic, which I didn't know about. Don't ask me how I didn't know about that, but I didn't. And so I downloaded BlackBerry traffic, I tried it out, and it's great. It's great for navigation, for GPS. You can even set certain destinations. So you know, if there's one place that you go all the time, whether it's work or home or wherever else, you can quickly get a route, have it updated depending on, you know, traffic or different things like that. It's a very useful app, very well designed, and I love it. So the problem of maps and navigation definitely solved, and this is one of the reasons why I'm doing this challenge, so that I can experience the OS, so that I can learn about it, so that I really know about it and not just, you know, blindly bash it like some people might do. So thank you guys for helping me along, and for all you BlackBerry fans kind of leaving suggestions along the way. It really helps. Someone also mentioned Google Maps. There's actually a Google Maps application in the app world. I didn't download it because it's like $4, and yeah, I've talked about it before. I like inexpensive apps, but at least BlackBerry traffic helps a lot. So in this video, I want to mention some positives. I know I've been negative throughout most of the challenge, but you know, I decided it would be helpful also if I talked about some of the positives, and I think maybe I just kind of take them for granted because it is a challenge, and so I automatically focus on what I don't like about it. But some of the things that I do like about BlackBerry OS, I'm starting to use the MemoPad application a lot. I use it for, I have a couple of different lists in here. Very helpful. I find that I'm using it every day, and this is something that, you know, whether I'm using Windows Phone, Android, any other OS, I always like having a reliable MemoPad application. And, you know, Windows Phone, I would use Microsoft OneNote. With Android, you can download different MemoPad apps. So it's nice to have that MemoPad app on BlackBerry as well. Also, I'm using this Tasks app, which came with the phone. I guess it's a BlackBerry app. I'm using that one a lot. It's also very helpful because you can actually set reoccurring tasks. It's not necessarily just, you know, a to-do list and then you cross them off, but you can actually set tasks to be done every day, scheduled, reminders. It's kind of like a calendar, except a lot simpler. And so Tasks, that app, I'm actually really appreciating. The Twitter app that I'm using, I believe it's just the official Twitter app for BlackBerry. It's been great. I've had very few problems with that, so that's been awesome to use. The notification system is also excellent, and I know a lot of people have mentioned this, and I think I briefly mentioned it, but I mentioned it as more as kind of a negative, like, yeah, it has a great notification system, but you know, so does Android and Windows Phone and, you know, now iOS. But really, that's not something to be taken for granted. And so it really does have a great notification system. You know, this pull-down panel, it'll show you, you know, whatever, calendar events, emails, messages, Twitter, since I have my Twitter account synced, so it'll show me any mentions or direct messages, missed calls. Basically anything will be in this list as a separate item, and it's great. It's a great notification system. Also, of course, you also have the audible notifications, but I will say that it does have an excellent notification system. So those are just some positives. I wanted to share those with you guys. Since I've been kind of negative the whole time. You know, I'm still having problems with the app world. It freezes and crashes a lot. I'm still disappointed by the app selection. And you know, when I mentioned in my very first video how I don't use a lot of apps, because I think some people might have gotten that impression that I just kind of use games and all these stupid kind of apps, but I really don't. I'm not really a big app person. I just don't download a lot of apps. And you know, that's one reason why I was so disappointed by the app selection, is because I don't even use a lot of apps, and you know, even I'm kind of, you know, disappointed by the low amount of apps, and I think that's saying something, you know, for someone who doesn't even use apps a lot. You know, the web browser, it's still slow and laggy and unresponsive. Pinch to zoom is unresponsive a lot. It takes too long for the page to load, even when connected to Wi-Fi. You know, if I compare it to like an Android phone or another phone, it still takes too long to load, and then I'll have to wait like 30 seconds or a minute to be able to pinch to zoom or scroll, depending on the web page, of course. It's not every single time, but it's more often than it should be. I'll scroll, and then, like, you know, 10 seconds later it'll finally respond and scroll down, or I'll try to pinch in or double tap, and I'll have to wait like 10 seconds literally before it, you know, actually responds to what I did. So the web browser is still disappointing there. But you know, those are the things that I've, you know, been dealing with the whole time, so it's nothing new. But those are some of the positives. I've got 5 days left, and so my last video will be on March 6th, which I think is next Tuesday. That'll be my final video. I'll tell you guys my thoughts. You know, will I keep using BlackBerry afterwards? Will I not? Will I go back to Windows Phone or go back to Android? Or will I do another 30-day challenge and maybe use another operating system? I've been thinking about doing that too. So keep it locked on Phone Dog for that video. Also check out Aaron's updates for his Galaxy Note challenge. But thanks guys for watching this video. I'm Sydney from PhoneDog.com, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.